Hello, and welcome to the introductory lecture to Global Studies 102, Global Problems. I am Professor Clark, and in this brief lecture, I will cover some basic material related to this course, such as course information on assignments, the Canvas course page, the syllabus, and I'll also cover some information about the field of global studies. I want to start out by taking a look at the Canvas course page and just introduce you a little bit to the layout. The left-hand pane over here has a number of different functions that you'll make use of. And the one I wanted to point out to you at the moment here is the inbox function. So anytime that you want to reach out to me, ask me a question, or maybe request an extension, you can do so through the inbox of the course page. You'll want to make sure that you are logged in under your pipeline, your campus email address, and not your personal credentials. That is actually important for any time that you access the course page, as some of the course materials will only be available if you are using the pipeline Canvas, your course email address. If you find that you don't have access to something, it's probably because you are through your personal email and not your Canvas email or your campus email. Now let's have a look at the course page itself. On the Canvas course homepage, you will find the course modules, which are these vertically stacked blocks. The first two modules for this course are basically information modules, which are then followed by the topic modules, and the midterm and the final paper modules, which will follow that. These modules are not all published at once. Initially, you will find only that the course information and Topic 1 modules are published. I will open up additional modules as we move along throughout the course. Below the home link on the left-hand side of the page, you will find additional links, the links to the syllabus, to course announcements, assignments, grades, people. You should familiarize yourself with these links and direct any questions that you might have to me. In the course info and directions module, you will find my contact information and bio, along with an overview of the assignment due dates, the directions to the assignments, which include discussion posts, quizzes, some extra credit opportunities as well. The second course module contains information on the Global Studies major for those of you who are interested. And additionally, you will find some information on campus resources that are available to you, along with some tips on how to do well in this course and your other college courses. Finally, it is vital that you review the course syllabus, which summarizes the course objectives, the requirements. The assignments themselves are further detailed in the topic modules as they are published. But through the course syllabus, you get a general idea of grading criterion, among other critical elements of the course. So do read that. Now on to the basic organization of the course. The course is divided into 5 topics. Each topic has its own module, and each module follows more or less the same outline. Here's a screenshot of the Topic 1 module. You can see here there is an overview video. There's a link to the lecture and aside readings and video, and a link to a study guide, which you'll definitely want to utilize to focus your studies. And finally, there are links to the discussion forums and quizzes that will be assigned for the topics. Now I'd like to say a couple of words about our textbook this this semester for this course. This textbook was put together by Dr. Andrea Haupt, who typically teaches a version of this course each semester. And so she put together this textbook, and most of the course actually is modeled after the textbook. And you'll find that each topic is associated with a chapter or two from this textbook, and you will find that linked in each of the topic reading modules. I would like to note that the textbook is copyrighted. It is being provided as a free resource primarily for use by students in this course. So please don't share any of the material that you find in the copyrighted material from the textbook. And we thank you for that. And here's a quick screenshot of our assignment summary for the semester. You can see that there are going to be quizzes, discussion forums, a midterm exam, a final exam, and a paper, with the total points adding up to 1,000 total points. This does not include additional extra credit opportunities for the first week's assignments and some optional extra credit throughout the semester that will total an additional 30 points. So in 1,030 points available to you with 1,000 points as the base score for your grade. The quizzes will have a total of 2 per topic, which will end up being a total of 10 quizzes. 2 of those quizzes will be dropped at the end of the semester. Your 2 lowest scores will be dropped. So only the top 8 quiz scores will count towards your final grade. And the same holds for the discussion forums. Each topic will have 2 discussion forums, and at the end of the semester, your 2 lowest discussion forum scores will be dropped. The midterm exam and the final exam will both be proctored remotely through a campus proctoring service that has yet to be determined. I think the campus is switching over to a new program, and so we're familiarizing ourselves with that, and more details on that will follow. The grading is relatively standard. 90 to 100 is an A, but there are going to be some A minus, B plus breakdowns that are detailed in the syllabus. When you are studying material for the course, please keep in mind that you will want to devote sufficient time to the material and the demands of the course. A regular semester, 3-unit course such as this typically requires about 6 hours of work each week on average. As mentioned earlier, do make use of the study guides that we present for each topic. And a thorough review of these study guides will put you in a position to excel on the quizzes and the assignments. It will also help you to remember that you should use the textbook chapters and the lecture transcripts as a starting point for your thinking for each topic. And then you'll read the assigned articles and view the videos in the context of the textbook and lecture materials that were presented. And finally, one last thing, please feel free to ask questions. I will stress this throughout the semester and subsequent slides. I'd like to close off this introductory lecture with just a few words on the field of global studies. Just because there can be some confusion as to what it is. It helps to know that we're a fairly young academic discipline compared to, say, philosophy, or even theoretical physics, which has been around for centuries. Global studies is multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary, and that means that global studies brings together different academic disciplines to study all things global. Some of the academic disciplines that have become part of global studies you find here on this slide. You'll see scholars from economics or political science, particularly international political scholars, sociology, environmental studies, among others. Our focus in this class, as the title conveys, is on global problems, and many of these problems are enduring global problems. We'll ask questions in this class on the nature of these problems. Some of these enduring global problems include global inequality, human rights violations, the growth of population and its outcomes, for instance, in a world of scarce resources, and some global security challenges that we will address along the way. We will ask questions on the nature of these problems, and we'll look at their causes and some of the potential solutions to these problems. Specifically, here are the topics that we'll be looking at throughout the semester in order, starting with the global problems overview and global governance. We'll then jump to global economic inequality and poverty. We'll take a look at human rights in the developing world and some of the problems that we find in that venue. We'll also, of course, look at environmental issues, particularly climate change and how the globe reacts to what is essentially a global problem. And then finally, we will look at global health and global health care in particular. And in anticipation of that, the first topic will look at some of the global institutions that have been set up to address these global problems and potentially offer an avenue for solutions. And finally, I want to conclude this introductory video with a reminder that there are 2 assignments that are set up for this first week. The first assignment is a discussion forum where you will introduce yourself, and the second is a quiz, which is basically on the material that we've covered in this introductory video. And so these are actually going to be set up for extra credit points. They don't have any final bearing on your grade, but it's going to be a really useful activity to do to introduce yourself to how some of the critical components of the semester function. So, and plus you get extra credit points out of it. So, yay.